Welcome to another episode of Women in Focus. We are in a beautiful house called Rahmat Villa. Lovely, spacious place. And the person that I'm interviewing, I've known her for many years and I've admired her work. She is a beautiful singer. She loves music. She's associated with classical music, and just recently she had an amazing concert with lots of sitarists and tabla nawaz and a lot of people, and it was an amazing concert. Let's meet her. Her name is Shehnaz. Shehnaz, most welcome in our program. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much.
Tell me about this place. When did you buy this, or when did you make this?
We found it about 16, 17 years ago.
Okay, lovely.
And it was land. It was full of shrubs and trees, and we had to get permit from city to actually cut the trees down and then replant some trees.
Oh, and that's a regulation,
That's
isn't
a
it?
regulation, yeah. And we did that because I love trees, I love nature. I didn't want to cut the trees down myself, but we needed a place to build a home.
Right.
So that's why if you see the house is just on a corner, because I didn't want to get rid of all the trees.
Now I saw in the
very
front,
blessed, mashallah. It's
in
God's
the front
blessing.
there are some other trees as well.
Those are hazelnut trees.
Oh, so you grow hazelnuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're planning to. I mean, they're already there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how long does it take for hazelnuts
It takes
to
a
grow?
few years.
No
It takes
kidding.
more than 6 years, 5 years. So we
For it
planted
to-
them when they were little babies.
Yeah.
They're now going to give us some fruit.
And then would it be just for home, or would it be
No,
for...
I think we probably lease it to somebody.
Yeah.
Because we can't handle it ourselves. We are not farmers.
Let me take you back. First of all, the concert that took place in Langley, Fort Langley.
Yes, it was actually organized by Gurukul Canada.
Right.
It was not me
Now
myself.
were
I'm a
you-
student of Gurukul Canada.
Right.
And my guru, Sri Shanjit Singh, is the pioneer, is the brainchild of this Gurukul Canada initiative. And the purpose of this is just to enhance the, musical
Talents
richness.
of other people,
Yeah, musical
yeah.
richness of our history, of Indian history and
Yeah.
classical Indian music, and also the artists to help them out, because there's no place in Canada
Yeah.
where artists can actually go in and play or
Right.
stay. It's like we want to build a utopia, a
Right.
place where people can come, but now we want to have this is actually a vision of Shanjitji, that artists would be welcome to come and play or present their, music, or just jam with other artists and learn. And he himself is a great mentor to us, a great
Right.
inspiration to us. So he would be also one of the teachers.
So when did you get interested in music?
Music, I think I was at the crossroad of my professional life, and this was about 7 years ago. As a child, I learned sitar.
Okay.
But 7 years ago, I decided that I was inspired by my mamu, and he said, you must take up, because he saw me playing. He says, your hands are just for sitar. So I went back to learning. I went to Ustad Shahid Parvez's camp. I also I learned from James Hamilton.
Right.
And music was always in me. It was just a matter of activating
it
that
out.
passion in me, right? And then I met Shanjiji about 5 years ago.
Right.
And he inspired me, and I started taking lessons from him.
So let me take you back to your childhood. Where were you born?
In Hyderabad.
Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Hyderabad, Dakhan.
They say I was born in Delhi,
Okay.
and then I was taken to Hyderabad.
That's where
But-
your family is from?
Yes, but my birth certificate says Hyderabad, so I don't know what the truth is, but I spent some part of my childhood in Delhi. And again, Sangeet was in me, because I remember my family members all telling me that Shehnaz was so interested in music. As a child, my mother would get me all dressed up. I was hardly 3 years old, 2 years old, and I would stand by the window and I would sing songs. For all the passers-by, I would be singing. So that singing, that thing was in me.
Right.
In my inner GPS. It just, and I always had passion to learn music and to learn sitar.
Yeah.
So I'm very blessed.
Why sitar? Because sitar is such a difficult,
It is difficult.
difficult instrument to learn.
Just love the way it feels. I love the way, you see, sitar is the only instrument where you can pull 5 means or more than 5 means.
Right.
Ustad Vilayat Khan Sahab could build so many means. And of course, Shanjit ji also. And his guru, Pandit Harvinder Sharma, who is a disciple of Ustad Vilayat Khan Sahab.
Right.
They are all skilled
the
at pulling
lineage
these nails.
is amazing.
Absolutely. They have masterly, you know, skill in this.
Right.
So it always inspired me how you can make an instrument sing. Or later on I will sing a little bigger Makta Ghazal, for example, for you.
Right, right.
And I'll be better prepared because I just started to sing. And then you can see how the music goes through these curves. And it creates beautiful vibrations. That was always in my mind. And I thought, you know, I should learn sitar because I learned it as a child.
Yeah.
You know, when I was 12 years old. And then I gave up. So it was at the back of my mind. And when I got into this, I had this inner feeling, this desire that I must pursue something that would help me with my, just when I was changing into spirituality, I was doing yoga and everything is just such a beautiful blend, right?
You mentioned that you deviated from a profession. What
No,
was
I'm still in a profession. I'm still work.
So what do you do?
I'm a notary public.
Aha. So when did you start that?
Ooh, 26 years ago. And you know, I must clarify this because people think because I do music, I don't work. And that's not true. I work during the day. People say you're too busy in music. Well, people are busy going to clubs in the evening. They do other things. They do sports. So what's wrong with doing music? People have a very, very
Weird sense.
misconception about
Yes,
music.
yes.
In fact, music is something that touches your soul. And you can touch a lot of people's hearts with music. And this is what always my intention was in my life, that I wanted to touch people's hearts. And that's when I discovered music and I thought, my goodness.
I want to take you back and I want to join you in your journey.
Yes.
So what I'll do is I'll take a short commercial break. I'll come back to you and we'll talk about you moving from Delhi to Hyderabad and then from Hyderabad to Canada. I don't know, there must be some other
Yes.
deviations in there.
Yes. It was an exciting journey. Yes.
I bet.
Thank you.
Let's take a short break and we'll be right back. Shehnaz is our woman in focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Shehnaz Rehamtullah is our woman in focus today. Now, Shehnaz, you were born in India and then studied sitar as a teenager,
Student, yes.
12-year-old, 13-year-old.
Yes.
And then one fine day, you decided that you wanted to get married, and you did get married.
I didn't decide to get married.
I just thought I'll just put a spin to it.
But it was, you know, in Muslim families, they want to get the girls married by 16 or 17, and I was one of them. I was the youngest.
In the family?
Yes.
How many siblings?
3 girls and 1 boy.
Right.
And my parents, I was the only one left, and I had a lot of people after me. It was, I was the topic of the town. And,
Yes.
And my parents didn't want me to get into the wrong family.
Right.
So when my husband's family came around, and they're all related.
Acha.
Right? So they knew the family. And so they said, this is the best option for you because at least you will go out of the country.
Yeah.
And you can, because I always wanted to be an accountant. That was my dream at that
Acha.
time, to be
Oh.
an accountant because I love numbers. I love numbers. Till today, you can tell me a number, I'll remember it.
Okay.
So I said, I want to be an accountant. And my mother said, well, you can go there and be a CPA.
So where did your husband come from?
He was living in Canada at that time.
Okay, he was.
They have a family business.
Okay.
In India, all over India, Dubai, New York.
Yeah.
They have a head office in Europe. and
Right.
He used to travel a lot, but he was based in Canada. At that time, he was working for somebody.
And now
Just
he
so
has
he
his
could
own
come back.
business.
Yeah. Just for a few years.
Right.
So he was living in Canada, and he came back, and he was much older than me.
Right.
And he asked me first. And I
That,
said,
are you
no.
happy?
I said, no.
No,
I'm
you
not
said no.
marrying you. I said, you talk to my parents. Because I used to call him Bhaijan.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So he finally said, well, if I don't marry, then I'm not going to marry ever. And
Really?
just want you to know that this is it for me. And he was going through a very tragic
Yeah.
past. And
Right.
So I thought, all right. and this is how it happened.
But he's a very good-looking man.
He's a very good-looking person, and
and a very decent guy.
very nice person.
And he asked you first before
Yes.
going to his,
Yes.
and saying, okay, I want to marry this woman, but he wanted to find out
and he was
from
willing
you.
to give me all my demands.
Was he?
Which
really?
and I demanded that I wanted to study. I wanted to be an accountant, and I asked him to bring me back all the, packages from the college, and he did that. And so I said, okay, if you honor your word, then I will marry you, and just remember that it is a pact, and I will not, and I have to work because I love working. This is something I have in my.
So
I
he was
have
happy
passion
with
to
that.
work. Yeah, and I said I want to work. I don't want to be a housewife. And he agreed with all my demands, and that's how we came here. And the first thing I did was I went to Capilano College, and I signed up.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
So now, what year was it?
1977.
Wow, so you've been here since 1977. Fantastic. And so finished your education and you became...
And it wasn't enough. I
No.
started working. I worked for several places. I worked for Revenue Canada. I worked for industries. I worked for construction companies. And that wasn't enough. I wasn't
No.
happy.
No.
So I said I want to study, now I
Some
want
more.
to do CPA. Because
Okay.
that's what I wanted to do. Because I did a
Right.
business management course. And my husband said, that's how many years? I said 7.
CPA course is 7 years.
And so what I used to do is work during the day and then study in the evenings, in the night. So it was a very challenging few years, 5 years at least.
Yeah. And then you had your children.
Then I had my children. I had a nanny. I brought
Okay.
a nanny back from India
Right.
so I could pursue my career. I didn't want to stay home. I wanted to work while I was studying. That was just something
I just love that.
Yeah.
I love that you had you had decided in your mind that you want to do that, and you made sure that you did it.
I am a very determined person. I'm a huge, I think, mashallah, I'm always baffled at myself how I have this willpower to do something. And I knew that I wanted to be a CPA. But then, unfortunately, after being a CPA and working for Revenue Canada, I decided I didn't want to be an accountant anymore. And then my husband kind of flipped. He said, now what do you want? I said, I want to be a lawyer. He says, why? I said, because I really like law. And he says, there's no way. So then I took up Notary Public. But that was 2 years.
Okay.
Still
So he
good
put his
training.
foot down for once.
Then he did. He
Yeah.
did.
Okay. And then you became a Notary Public. And you have your own business.
Yes.
And your own business is thriving.
I would say it's good by
Good
God's
business,
grace.
yeah.
I value all the blessings,
Yeah.
and I actually want to thank not just God but also my family for
Yeah.
the support. I want to thank my clients. They've been a great source of learning for me because I love giving back to my clients. I love to treat my clients well, and I value everything that I have gained from them as well.
So
Great community we have here
you
in
know,
Surrey.
it is interesting to see that you are a very artistic person from your childhood, and yet you go into a profession that is so methodical.
I know, it's hard to change hats, huh?
How do you do it?
You just do it because when you have passion for something,
Yeah.
right? It's a spirit. Like, for example, when you have spirit of doing something,
Yeah.
you just need to be focused, you need to be positive, stay ahead, rise above all the negativity that goes around, because everybody has negativity, or you meet negative people, or you're surrounded by negativity. You just have to be positive and
And just sift through it.
yes, and then just, because music is just so pure.
Yeah.
It just clears up everything.
Isn't that just
So
beautiful?
I actually urge everybody to take up music because it adds so much meaning to your life.
I want to talk to you about your musical journey as well. Your professional journey, are you satisfied with it, right? Your children now are grown up. Are they both married?
Now, my daughter's not married.
Right.
My son is.
Son is married.
Yes.
And your daughter, what is she doing?
She works.
Okay,
She
and
has
your
a
son?
beautiful job. She's an administrator in a university.
Okay.
And we all live together in
Right.
a house.
With your son and daughter-in-law and daughter.
We're
Isn't
all
that-
together.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
So-
We've lived together since my son was married.
Okay. So,
Yes.
and how is that working out?
Good, mashallah.
Yeah,
It's very
that's good.
good. Sometimes you want to have your own time.
Yeah.
And we all do that.
Yeah.
I take,
You've got a
occasional
huge
breaks.
house, so-
And yeah, Yeah.
You guys can, you know, separate and
I think the only thing that bothers them is the noise of the music, but I think they're not the noise, sound. Sorry, forgive me. I correct myself. That's the word they use.
the
So I
noise
correct
of
them.
the music.
They call it, yeah, but
It's
I
the
correct
sound
them.
of music.
It's the sound.
Yeah.
And now they're used
because
to
you're
it.
just going on.
They're used to it because I do riyaz in the evening.
Okay, so I want to ask you a little bit about the music journey, but let's take a short break and come back. Shehnaz Rehamtullah is our Woman in Focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Our Woman in Focus today is Shehnaz Rehamtullah. So Shehnaz, Sangeet, music is your life, of course, part of your life. Each person has got myriads of different interests and work, passion, duty. And one has to go through all of them, I guess, in their life to satisfy one's own soul and your surroundings. What has been the most difficult part of your life so far?
It's a loaded question. But first of all, I must say that my faith in the Almighty God it's unshakable. That's something that I live by.
Good.
Every day.
Yeah.
I thank God, I pray, and I thank God for His blessings. And that's something that actually has made me very strong. The values that my parents have given me has also made me very strong. So having said that, what was the most difficult thing that I have ever encountered? I mean, we all go through ups and downs in life. It's just
part of
the
life.
difficulty. Yeah, and the difficulty is not in just accepting anything that's not going your way.
Yeah.
It's the best part is just to rise above all of this, and the glory lies in that. Right.
Beautiful.
And we all have been through ups and downs, and I have had some difficult times.
You're right.
I still face challenges.
Yeah.
No one is free of it. Family challenges.
Yeah.
Husband's health challenges.
Yeah. Is it
Business
okay?
challenges. No, he's not.
Yeah.
You know, he's not going through a very healthy pattern of life.
Yeah.
And then you have business challenges.
Yes.
The way life is.
Yeah.
But when you like something, when you enjoy your life, you just learn to just accept.
Can you switch yourself off when you're doing music? Can you switch yourself off from the other stuff, your business, your family, and everybody?
Before, you know, the truth is, before I used to have my phone on. I used to take calls when I'm doing music. Because early morning also I start doing my music. And then as you progress and you get deeper and deeper into it, because music is like it's an ocean, and you get deeper and deeper and you get more into it, and you say, oh my God, there's more to it. And then you realize that, you know what, that time is my own time. So now I switch off the phone, and then I'm able
at
to
peace with
focus.
yourself.
Yeah. And we all need to do that when you do something, just like when you read or when you play sport. You can't be answering phones and thinking about other things. You have to focus on what you're doing. And that was a difficult thing for me to do, actually. Yes.
So there you go.
And I learned, and we all learn, right?
Yeah, of course. So in music, of course, you started with instrumental, but you've gone on to singing and classical.
Yes. It's
How
not
did that-
classical. I don't sing classical. I don't have any training in classical, but I used to sing with my dad.
Yeah.
I used to pray in the...
And you do ginans.
Not Ginas, because we have munajat.
Okay, all right.
In the masjid.
Right.
It's Nashri.
Yeah.
That's what my background is.
Right.
So I used to go in and pray. And that's how I picked up ghazals. And my dad used to sing ghazals.
Beautiful.
And then when Ali proposed to me, he told me that your voice is like Begum Akhtar, and I want you to listen to the CD. And that's how I started to actually. So I must thank him for it.
So Begum Akhtar seems to have a great impact on you.
Yes.
And you sing her ghazals.
I try to. I use my humility
can
to
we hear
kind
a
of.
little bit of that?
Sure.
Yeah. And which is your most favorite out of all her ghazals?
All of them are good. My most favorite is Wo Jo Hum Mein Tumhe Qarar. But now I sing you because I've sang it so many times. And Ae Mohabbat Tere Anjam Par Rona Aaya.
Rona Aaya, yeah.
But this one is also very nice. हुज़ुर आने में भी है, हुज़ुर आने में भी है, और बुलाते भी नहीं, हुज़ुर आने में भी है, और बुलाते भी नहीं, बाइसे करके मुलाकात, बाइसे करके मुलाकात, बताते भी नहीं, हुज़ुर आने में भी है.
Beautiful.
Sorry, I started a bit low because I didn't have the tanpura to give me the sa.
Okay, no, beautifully done. If you ask me, in my head, I sing beautifully, but when I have to sing something, it doesn't come out right. But everything comes with practice. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I just go with the flow.
Yeah?
I don't want to. I just, God has plans for everything.
Yeah.
And I just go with the flow and just trust in God that He will. We all have dreams.
Yes.
But He has a better dream for us. So I just leave it to God to handle my life and surrender.
Yes.
I want to surrender both in my personal life, in my musical life, in all my journey. And I just want to be in gratitude.
Shehnaz, you're an amazing person, and you are.
So are you. I've always been inspired by you.
Yeah, that's so kind of you to say that. But you're beautiful inside, you're beautiful outside, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to come and see you and talk to you.
Thank you very much for having me here. I'm honored.
Shehnaz Rehamtullah has been our Woman in Focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back.